Serving in our military is the greatest and most important service that we ask of our citizens. But it's not the only service we can do. The Ram Truck brand believes the best way to thank soldiers and veterans for their service is by stepping up ourselves.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Brett Young. To thank soldiers and veterans for their service, Ram is encouraging everyone to volunteer in their own communities.
Volunteering at veteran centers, helping our elderly, providing for the homeless. There's so much that can be done. Built to serve isn't just something we say. It's something we believe Ram truck owners try to live up to every day. To prove it, we're encouraging truck owners from all brands to join Ram Nation and volunteer themselves in their communities.
The goal is 1.3 million hours, one for each person serving in our military.
Join us today to see how you can help at ramtrucks.com/ramnation. Let's say thanks to our servicemen and women in the best possible way by being the best and most United States that we can be. Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Live from Southern California, this is the Jim Rome Show on CBS Sports Radio.
There was this initial reporting from league insiders that had sources telling them that nothing was wrong, that New England was simply making a documentary, that they were allowed to be there, and that they had not actually filmed anything inappropriate. Those were the initial reports. That they were not filming from the press box, they were filming in the press box. There is a difference. That there was a feature on a scout for a series called Do Your Job. So when that went down, it seemed like people were rushing in, rushing to judgment, making a mountain out of a molehill. I mean, come on. The Patriots. It's the Patriots. They're being unfairly criticized. They simply want to make a documentary. Man, get off their backs. They're more about Ken Burns than they are Vince Lombardi these days. And then came the reports that it was a little more than just shooting some video of an interview in a press box, that there may have been more to it than that. And that's when the Patriots came out with the statement that while they got credentials from the Browns to be in the press box, they did not tell the Bengals. And that was, quote, an unintended oversight, end quote. Now we're getting somewhere. And, quote, in addition to filming the scout, the production crew, without specific knowledge of league rules, inappropriately filmed the field from the press box. The sole purpose of the filming was to provide an illustration of an advanced scout at work on the road. There was no intention of using the footage for any other purpose. We understand and acknowledge that our video crew, which included independent contractors who shot the video, unknowingly violated a league policy by filming the field and sideline from the press box. End quote. So what that means is, in a matter of hours, on Monday, it went from, hey, this is nothing at all, to, yeah, you know, we screwed up. We broke the rules, but not intentionally. We didn't mean to. You know we would never do that. We're not about that. We would never do something like that. Not intentionally. You know, maybe they would. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they already have. Maybe they haven't. But the fact that the Patriots came right out and admitted to doing it in a matter of hours, when they never come right out and admit to or say anything at all, tells you that that video is not what the alleged league sources claimed it was initially. It's worse. The question is, how much worse? And that's what others around the league and pretty much everybody listening right now wants to know. Exactly what's on that video. Still, while the Pats admit that a rule was broken, they also want you to know we didn't break it. It's not us. It was some subcontractor that didn't know the rules. It's not us. It's not the Patriots. Yeah, like, never mind that the Patriots hired that crew. Never mind that they were working there on behalf of the Patriots. They're like, it wasn't us. Oh, it wasn't you. It was just people who were working on your behalf. Oh, that's cool. Why didn't you just say so? No problem. Have a great day. Yeah, nice try with that. Good luck with that. And by the way, is there anything more absurd than the Patriots making a documentary series called Do Your Job and then claiming that the people helping you cheat, shoot that series, don't know how to do their jobs? That's great. The only thing more hilarious than the Patriots getting all caught up in something like this, again, is that it revolves around a documentary called Do Your Job, when nobody in question seems to know how to do their job. And then comes this report from Paul Denner Jr., quote, according to sources who have viewed the tape, it shows about 8 minutes of footage focusing on recording the Bengals sideline. It's a direct view of the sideline as players run on and off the field and coaches make signals for plays. End of quote. All right, so now would be a very good time to go back a bit to the reporting of Don Van Natta Jr. and Seth Wickersham. Remember back in 2015, in a piece titled Spygate to Deflategate, inside what split the NFL and the Patriots apart, they wrote, quote, during games, Matt Walsh later told investigators the Patriots videographers were told to look like media members, to tape over their team logos or turn their sweatshirt inside out, to wear credentials that said Patriots TV or Kraft Productions. The videographers also were provided with excuses for what to tell NFL security if asked what they were doing. Tell them you're filming the quarterbacks or the kickers or footage for a team show. End quote. Tell them you're shooting footage for a team show. Now, does that sound familiar? It just so happens to be that the person who got caught in the press box was doing nearly the exact same thing that had happened during the Spygate era. I mean, what a coinky-dink. And the weirdest thing about this is not that it allegedly happened, it's that there have been reports that people may actually buy what the Patriots are selling, may buy the explanation and just keep right on moving. And what's the rationale for that? The rationale is there's no way they could get caught doing the same thing again. There's no way they'd be that stupid. There's no way that happened. It must be a misunderstanding. There's no way Bill Belichick or his staff would sign off on something that stupid. Are you kidding me with that? They appear to be caught doing the exact same thing that you busted them for in the past, but your reaction is, oh, no, they would never do that again. No way would they do that again. Let me ask you this. If a bank robber was caught in broad daylight, convicted, went to prison, came out, and got caught in broad daylight once again, robbing a bank, nobody would ever say, that couldn't happen. Nobody would be that stupid. He wouldn't do that again. No, you know what you'd say? You'd say, he's a bank robber. He's doing what he does. He got caught once, and he got caught again. So if the Patriots were caught and punished before, then if they're caught again doing something very similar, maybe you might want to look into it. Maybe you might not just want to sweep that under the rug. Maybe you don't just buy that weird-ass explanation about a documentary series and them somehow accidentally or non-intentionally breaking the rules. Because there's this also. Accidentally or unintentionally breaking the rules is not an excuse. Breaking the rules is breaking the rules, especially when you've already been busted for breaking that rule. Like, at this point, there's no excuse for not knowing these rules. And there's definitely no excuse for the Patriots and the Patriots' independent contractors not knowing these rules. If you work for or with the Patriots and you're holding a video cam in your hand, you have to know every single rule. You know what? You have to, quote, do your job. Yeah, I know. They could have had somebody in the stands using an iPhone 11 and probably gotten better footage. But just because they could have cheated in a different way does not mean that they didn't break the rules this way. I mean, they did admit they broke the rules. Now, I'm not saying that Bill Belichick ordered this or signed off on this or knew about this. I actually don't even know what the Patriots did. So I'm not going to rush to judgment. But I'm sure as hell not going to give them a free pass on it. And I'm not going to buy their hasty statement on it that it was a complete reversal of what league sources had been reporting earlier. And to the question, why would the Patriots risk their reputation and do something this stupid? And why would they do it against the 1-12 Bengals? I really don't know. Let me ask you this. Why did they videotape the 4-12 Jets? Why did they deflate footballs, allegedly? I don't know. Maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe it is an innocent mistake. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not an accident. Because remember this, Spygate was not only about the 4-12 Jets. It was also about the Packers. And investigators found 8 tapes of game footage with notes going back over a number of years. And to the question of why would you do it against one of the worst teams ever, in this case the Bengals, I don't know. But I do know this. They've got a first-year head coach who they have not seen before. Any signals that you can pick up and get, and any edge that you can pick up would be pretty helpful. Maybe not this year, but for the future. And as for the question of why would they be so dumb and so brazen as to get caught again, I don't know. But for all we know, this is not the first time that they've done this since Spygate. It might be the first time they've been caught. People around the league and in the league office have got to be like, these guys again? And isn't that a fair question? Why is it always the Patriots who are in the middle of these things? I mean, do they have the worst luck ever? Or is this part of the Patriot way? Part of them doing their job, quote unquote. Part of their DNA, part of their culture. Or is it just the worst luck ever? You tell me. Maybe it's all coincidence. Maybe it really is the craziest thing ever. And even though this is very similar to what they've done in the past, maybe this really was all about making a documentary. Maybe the Pats just happen to have a completely innocent, independent contractor who was filming a documentary on an advanced scout. And it just so happened they bumped the camera. Somebody did. And it got trained on the Bengals sideline for 8 minutes. Maybe they're that unlucky. But I'm telling you, if I see a serial bank robber in a vault holding sacks of money, I'm going to want more than just him saying, this isn't what it looks like, before I let him go. And I'm really not going to accept the I have never knowingly robbed a bank before excuse. Freaking Patriots, if true, and I'm not saying it is, I'm saying if true, same as they always are, and if true, it's time for Raj to do his job. Are you buying this or not? So are you clones worried about finding the perfect gift for the holiday season? I've got it for you. Peloton. Peloton is the gift that they're guaranteed to love this holiday season. Give your loved ones what they really want. Give them the gift of Peloton. I own a Peloton. I bought my Peloton long before we partnered up on this podcast, and I love it for a lot of different reasons. It's convenient. It's right there in the house. I never miss a workout. I love the variety of classes, the different instructors, the way that you can compete. There's a leaderboard. There's a community. I love all that. And now more than ever is a reason why you want to get in, because there is the gift of a worry-free trial. That's right. With Peloton's new 30-day home trial, you can try the bike worry-free for 30 days. If you decide that it's not for you, you can return that bike for a full refund. Peloton will even come pick it up at no cost. Except I don't think that's going to be the case. Not when you consider how convenient that bike is. Not when you consider how many different classes there are, both live and on demand. Not when you consider you get to work with world-class instructors. This holiday, give the gift of Peloton. And for a limited time only, get $100 off accessories. When you purchase the Peloton bike, just go to onepeloton.com. Use the promo code ROAM. That's key. Onepeloton.com. Use the promo code ROAM at checkout. I absolutely love my Peloton. I have for years, and I know you will too. Jay Wright is my guest. Jay, it's good to have you back. How are you?
Hey, Jim. How are you, buddy?
Good, Jay. How are you?
Great, man.
It's great talking to you. So, Jay, let me ask you first. You beat St. Joseph's on Saturday, and what that did was complete a run of 3 Big Five opponents in only 6 days. So what was that stretch like for your players, and how happy were you with the way they dealt with it?
You know, that's a wild stretch. You know, Philadelphia is the only city in the country where all the teams play each other, and the reason is it's just so difficult in scheduling. You know, with everybody going to 20 conference games now, it's so hard to put these games together. So, you know, when you did it in the off season and you saw 3 Big Five games, the Philly schools going at each other within 6 days, it didn't look so bad. But then when you had to go through it, it was tough. And we got a young team, and it was. You know, we didn't look pretty in probably any of the 3 games, but to gut it out and get that through. We got a week of practice now before Delaware. I was really pleased